What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sir Splash, and I've received requests lately for DC coverage, DC Comics videos. I've been doing a lot of Marvel, and people want to see me do DC, and that's understandable. Like, it makes sense. People want versatility, and both of the major comic book powerhouses covered. So today I'm bringing you a DC video on one of my favorite characters, Martian Manhunter. He's also going to be featured in an upcoming battle of mine against Apocalypse, one of my favorite Marvel characters. And in order to do that, we have to make the How Strong is Martian Manhunter video. So with that being said, I'm going to present some of the feats for Manhunter and give you some evidence to why he may very well be the strongest Justice League member. So first of all, Martian Manhunter has actually gone up against the entire Justice League before trying to take him down, and while he didn't necessarily want to fight them, he was tanking their attacks and holding them off. We know that Furnace, which is basically a Manhunter who's gone ballistic, has slapped around the league before. And this is important because Manhunter's actually killed Furnace. He was able to knock out some of the teeth of Despero, although he didn't beat Despero. Despero's an absolute monster. He was able to rock him with a punch. One time he accidentally one-shot Shazam, and Shazam admitted, like, yeah, that backhand was crazy. A weaker version of Martian Manhunter was actually able to toss around the likes of Wonder Woman. He's been able to ragdoll Guy Gardner. In Wonder Woman, I believe, issue 175, Martian Manhunter took out Cheetah, and that version of Cheetah had actually beaten Superman. While compromised in Crisis of Conscience, he actually was able to go toe-to-toe with Superman. He beat Triumph fairly easily, who was able to contend with Superman and Superman-level characters. He is stated blatantly at one point to be above Superman. This was him saying so, and it was right before fighting Sinestro. He says, I'm stronger than Superman, don't forget your place, and starts bullying Sinestro. He once went against Ultraman and was literally going to rip out Ultraman's spine when he was pissed off. Him and Flash once, because of Joker, became enraged and bloodlusted, went at it, and Flash wasn't able to blitz him despite being bloodlusted. So the argument about, like, oh, Flash always suppresses himself in combat isn't really valid here, because he was literally trying to kill Manhunter, and Manhunter showed he scales to him in combat speed. Furnace, as well as just regular pissed off Manhunter, was able to blitz Martians. These Martians were actually capable of going toe-to-toe with, and even being quicker in some instances than Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. Subconsciously, and this is one of his more impressive feats, he was able to imprison the Martian race with his telepathy. These Martians were capable of mentally attacking Superman, and not only did he subconsciously subdue them and beat them, he imprisoned all of them at the same time. He's been able to get into the mind of the Spectre. He bodied Mageddon's telepathic resistance put in while Superman was restrained by Mageddon, and Mageddon has been shown before to go at it with gods telepathically, so this is a pretty impressive feat. Manhunter was able to mind hacks Gorilla Grodd, who was amped to the point that he should have been around Manhunter's level and still got taken down. He was able to break the defenses of Dr. Destiny, even though he didn't know to, and this is when Dr. Destiny was amped by some of the power of the Dream. Now, I've seen people wank this to where they said Dr. Destiny scaled above Dream of the Endless because the stone KO'd Dream of the Endless. This isn't actually true. So the stone was corrupted, and a much weakened Dream of the Endless went to get it, didn't know it was corrupted. So when his power touched that power, it was like putting dirty oil in a car, and it created a loop of Dream's own power feedbacking into him negatively, and it knocked him out. So it wasn't Dr. Destiny or even Destiny's power that knocked him out, but still he did have about 1/3 of a dream amp, so it's very impressive. He's been able to mind wipe the Justice League pretty easily. It was more of a convenience thing for him. He once more got into the mind of the Spectre. A pissed off Spectre couldn't stop Martian Manhunter from getting in his mind and reading his intentions. Spectre wasn't able to actually break Martian Manhunter, who was weakened by fire at the time, and this is when a whole bunch of people were ganging up on Martian Manhunter. One point, the League got one-shotted by Martian Manhunter when he was trying to force his influence upon them and trying to handle a certain situation. The entire League once got one-shotted by an attack, and Manhunter was the last to go down and actually remained conscious. He's been able to, with his Martian vision, actually basically fry the face of Black Adam and really pressure him. Libra, who was considered the actual embodiment of the anti-life equation in Final Crisis, stated he didn't want to fairly fight Martian Manhunter. Like, it was a bad idea to do. This is supported by some of the higher end feats of Martian Manhunter being absolutely nuts. For example, he was able to rock Superboy Prime. For like a measure of why this is impressive, Black Adam's punches tickled Prime, and Black Adam on at least 2 occasions has fought the entire League. He blatantly states when lifting up a building, obviously building level's not impressive, however, people were panicking. Manhunter reacted to save them, and he said, "Man, I'm literally as strong as Superman. Why does everyone forget that?" He's been able to completely tear into a white Martian, and it seemed pretty easy for him. When he was mind controlled, he put Superman in a headlock and was able to restrain him. In Holy War, for a speed feat, he claims that in moments he had traveled an uncountable amount of light years. And like I said before, he was easily able to keep up with Flash while both were bloodlusted. He's faster than teleportation itself, which should be instant. Madam Zanadu explained this. Black Lantern Manhunter, so basically zombie Martian Manhunter, mind hacks a Guardian, Arfleas, Atrocitus, and some others at the same time. He was capable of reading the mind of Superboy Prime and his intentions. He was able to give Joker sanity when Joker had a reality warping stone, and Joker's mind is described as an absolute storm of just chaos, and he was still able to grant him sanity. He can mind hacks actual technology and AI itself. It's not just limited to the organic. He was capable of defending Aquaman from the possession of Starro. Starro can possess pretty much any of the members of the League. While he was in a coma, he was able to get into Jon Stewart's mind, track Flash through timelines and realities, and bring him back. Martians amped by 1,000,000 times couldn't break Martian Manhunter. Like I said before, base Martians can go after League members by themselves. When he was weakened in that Libra instance in Final Crisis, he actually mind hacks the villainous gang there. Despite being weakened, this would include Gorilla Grodd. He was capable of phasing through a shield Superman couldn't even break through. He has one of the more Chad lines. He has some pretty good one-liners over the years, but he was fighting a being who said Martian Manhunter deserved death, and Martian Manhunter didn't really want to fight him. He said, "I come in peace," ragdolls the creature, and then says, "But I am capable of war," which is a pretty Chad line. His phasing was capable and being so potent that it one-shot 2 Martians at the same time. His shape-shifting is so unique and foolproof that Superman himself couldn't even see through it and was convinced it was actually Wonder Woman when it was Manhunter the whole time. He's explained before, when faced with telepathic attacks, he can actually move his brain to evade telepathy, so constantly move it through his body to evade these attacks. Very weird, but an interesting way to avoid telepathy. It's stated he can recover from organ failure and a failed heart due to complete molecular control of his body. He was flattened to basically goo before and instantly regened and reformed himself. It stated Desaad had to destroy every atom in him to theoretically kill Manhunter because of his molecular control. Justice League, like I said, couldn't bop or restrain the Martian Manhunter, who was just eating their attacks. He's tanked blows from Black Adam and easily swapped hands. Ghost of Mars story shows his Martian vision can actually match Superman's heat vision, which can go toe-to-toe with Darkseid. He can hit intangible enemies with his Martian vision. He's killed Furnace, who I stated before was able to go up against the League. His telekinetic abilities that he sometimes uses could even restrain the likes of Black Adam in a call to arms. Jon Stewart once called him the strongest being on Earth, which of course scales him above Superman. This one power absorber read the power of Martian Manhunter and proclaimed he was stronger than Superman. This was when Manhunter was in disguise. He stated before, well, it was stated before when he was arriving to help someone, that the little girl's dad told her Manhunter was at least Superman's equal. And Superman, at one point in the comics, straight up said that only a few beings in the universe give him problems. And he said in open combat, he would not want to face Martian Manhunter in a fair fight because of Manhunter's power and versatility. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this video, what you think of Martian Manhunter. Some people, disagree on who the strongest in Justice League is. I might actually make a video on it with Chuck down the line. But yeah, Martian Manhunter, because of his versatility and high showings, has a definite case to make for being one of the strongest in the league. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, comment. The more likes, the more comments, the faster I put videos out, the more support you show, the more I'm willing to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been your boy Sir Splash, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.